have a very exciting funnel that I want to get going. What's up, Catherine? Catherine, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the party. I'm like setting up the command. As you can see, I got like TikTok going, YouTube streaming, Zoom streaming.
Sure.
We are hooked up. How'd you find me?
Yeah, on Meetup actually.
Got the email. I was like, it's a little late, but for the people that want to show up, they're going to get a great show tonight. So
Thanks. I
welcome, welcome.
was curious if it's also going to be somewhere my friend wanted to watch, but she wasn't able to tonight.
So this is going to be recorded also on, so all basically, I go live every single day, 6 p.m. this time. And then all my recordings are also backed up on YouTube, so you can rewatch this or any previous ones, which we go do a lot.
Great. Yes. Yeah, great.
Curious, what's your business, or yeah, low business? What are your AI goals?
Yes. So, I'll just turn on my camera. I'm not super camera.
Yeah, you're separate. No one's looking. No one can see you, so you're off screen. Only I can see you.
Sure. Hello. Um,
Welcome.
I did a lot with social media and on TikTok for a while, and then I took a break. So I'm so interested in everything that AI has to offer, and I'm looking to do entrepreneurial work with creating courses for personal growth, nervous system regulation, and guided visualizations.
You definitely came to the right show. Oh my God, you are definitely in the right spot. Let's deep dive with you. So the way the kind of show, it's kind of free flows. Basically, I take entrepreneurs both on Zoom and on TikTok. I'm also live streaming there, and pretty much my goal is just to. There's a segment I call it, it's like a really fun show. It's called Roast Your Business. And so basically, I'm going to take your business idea and show you how you can step by step plan to get more leads, get more sales, all of that, so that you can know what tools to use, how to use AI in your business. Um, and we can actually start with you. So, do you have the business started? Like any like content created, creating content, or the course?
Well, the content right now is all written.
Mm-hmm.
So true. I don't have videos yet, and I am putting together a book of poetry that ties in with my personal growth work.
Nice. If I were to type into Google or Facebook on a fifth grade level, what would I type in to find you?
Inspiring poetry, personal growth, and it could be expansion, consciousness awareness.
Nice. When someone goes through your course or program, what is the transformation that they get at the very end?
So the awareness that they get from my course will allow them to make healthier decisions that align with their values, moving through life.
Nice. Let's see. So is it similar to like a life coach or like more a
Yeah,
spiritual coach?
it is, but I wouldn't be doing many one-on-one things. It would be providing a lot of material and experientially how I've grown, and I hope that I am sparking that interest and awareness in others.
Perfect. I love that. Um, awesome. And do you have a website set up?
Yeah, not yet. So you can roast me.
Perfect. No, this is because I just want to understand like where you are, because then I can start going into like details of like, okay, here's the right technology, your tech tools you're going to use. Here's an example of the funnel. Here's some example of some courses that are out there. Because for me, I have a huge marketing background, and so basically my goal is to funnel hack or find other competitors that do what you do, because that's to me is like the shortcut way of like starting a business. Because we'll go into a really good example later on in the show. Is basically find people that are already selling something similar to what you're selling, so that you can see their website, their marketing, their offers, and their pricing, and you're literally just going to model them when you start off. Because I'm a huge fan of modeling versus starting from scratch, if that works.
Yes, yes. Thank you for that
Nice.
tip.
No, feel free. And I'm just going to riff with you for a little while, and then we'll go around the room with Derek. and my G as well too. If you, and that's the goal. Is the goal of this is just think of it like a business education masterclass where at the end of the day, a lot of these tips are just to help entrepreneurs start their side hustle and business so they could get launched as quickly as possible. And that's it. So nice. Okay. And I also have a lot of marketing principles along the way. And then for everyone on TikTok, hello, welcome. We're pretty much going to go. Good to see you, Tom. We're going to go into a business audit. We're going to help the our entrepreneur start their business with technology and stuff. And feel free to ask questions along the way as well too. So I want to give you guys VIP as well. So nice. Let's get started. So when it comes to marketing, the first thing that you want to do is you're going to start from the content. And I like this as my framework too. This is going to be the model for your entire business model fundamentally. And so we could break this down on a few different elements where we have on the left-hand side, we have traffic, where you're going to get attention. And right now is a very lucrative time where TikTok, the algorithm, if you create really niche and specific content, the algorithm will find the audience for you. Whereas traditionally, Facebook and Instagram, you have to pay for the ad campaign to pay for the algorithm to go show your ad to a broader audience. TikTok is not competing with Facebook or Instagram. They're more, they're competing technically with Amazon Shop. So this is, and for a lot of people that are watching on TikTok, I highly recommend to take a screenshot. I'll just hold it there. So for everyone on TikTok, take a screenshot. This is really what's going to be your pretty much your entire map of what's needed to both get attention, convert that to attention into leads, and then convert them into sales, for example. What's up, Sasha? Good to see you. And so starting off with traffic, there are really only 3 places that you're going to go to start marketing. Pretty much you're building your personal brand. The top one is TikTok. Second to that is YouTube. And the third is Meetup, which how you found me, for example. And so Meetup is it's a whole separate ecosystem, but has a lot of really high quality traffic. And also it's really great. So now, breaking down your traffic, we need to send them to a lead magnet or a squeeze page, for example. One page that has, and I have some really good examples here, for example. Let me bring up this right here. I was doing a one-on-one session with one of my new clients, Tom, who's actually watching on TikTok. Hi, Tom. Good to see you again. We're actually going to use your competitor as today's model. So let's see, because I also want to funnel hack them, but they have a perfect business model template that we can use and learn from. So let's just open this up and we can start looking at the elements and break it down. What do the examples look like especially for something of what you're doing? For you, what I would recommend, your lead magnet, and every business needs, let me show just quickly concept here. I call it the stairway of trust. Also called the value ladder. And this is what you're trying to first build out for your lead magnet offer, your low and mid ticket offer, and then also your high ticket offer or monthly recurring offer. Most businesses struggle to grow or scale because they only have one offer or selling one product or service. And so you kind of have to build trust and bring people in each level, whether it be low, mid, or mid ticket, or even the lead magnet, you're trying to over deliver on value, for example. So we're going to take a look at one business that they do acquisitions, but they have a really good example of to visualize this entire funnel. So let me show one example from an executive coach. So this amazing woman, she teaches executive coaching, or she does executive coaching to women executives and C-suite individuals. And so for her funnel, this is right here is a good template or example of a webinar funnel. This is going to be your lead magnet. This is where you're going to point all of your traffic, the only link in your bio, to a webinar. The webinar is what's going to nurture everyone. Hello, Sharon. Sharon's we have a lot of our community members in here. This is awesome. And this is a great template because you could insert just changing the words that match what your audience is looking for example. And so for her, since she knows the pain point of her ideal client is they're struggling with burnout, they're overwhelmed, they're trying to get their peace of mind back. So she's offering, oh, this, if you watch this free webinar, this free training, I'll teach you exactly how to banish burnout, end overwhelm, and finally get your peace of mind back. So that's the benefit statement. And then there's a second part, which is the without statement. The without is really key because then it's like, oh, you don't, a great thing for like if it was like fitness coaching, if it's like how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days without extreme dieting or surgery or anything like that. So those two components really attract people into this webinar. So she's saying, hey, you don't even have to quit your job, you don't have to burn everything down. And the nice thing is that you're going to use ChatGPT. This is where AI comes in to help you with what I call copywriting. And copywriting is the words on your landing page, your low ticket, your mid ticket offer. Good to see everyone. Hi, Dennis on TikTok. And so this ChatGPT is going to help you write all of this for you, which is nice. And we'll go into an example of that. This is a landing page or a squeeze page where there's only one thing to do on this page. It's like, hey, register for the training. And fundamentally, all you need is just your email. That's all to opt in, because that's the first first step in trust. If you give me your email, you're trusting me with some private information, I'm going to over deliver and give you a whole 1 hour masterclass that helps you get closer to your goal or transformation, for example. And so for a lot of people that are on TikTok world, if you're a coach, consultant, or even service provider, webinars are really valuable to nurture your audience, to show them probably one thing that they were missing that's preventing them from reaching their goal, for example, and how you are standing out as the trusted advisor. That's showing that, hey, you were struggling with part A and part B, but what you were missing was part C. That was the last thing, the key that you were missing to help you transform, or everything in marketing is some transformation and improvement in health, wealth, or relationships fundamentally. So this is a great example of a webinar, which then if we get nerdy into tech tools, for what your business model is going to be courses. And for courses, I recommend this slide right here. This is cool. So on the left-hand side, these are the tech tools that's pretty much going to encompass your entire business. Zoom out a little there. The price really doesn't matter of the difference between which option that you're going to choose. And so option one so if you sell digital products, then you definitely need, number one is a domain, some.com. For a lot of people on the call, they just don't have a website, and I highly recommend Pork Bun. I know it sounds like a weird name. It's like, why Pork Bun? That sounds like a butchery. It's just a great affordable place to get a .com domain. You definitely want a .com, not a .io or any of those .ai things, just more for branding. And it's going to cost you roughly between $11 to $14 a year. Super clean, simple, and then that's going to tie into your next tool, which is definitely later on, but highly recommended, a Google Workspace email. That's going to give you a professional email like Catherine at changeyourlife.com or something like that. So it's like, oh, people are better than a Gmail, for example. Then for the left-hand side, if you're selling digital products or courses, for example, thank you everyone on TikTok for sharing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Next thing you're going to do is your website or tool. I highly recommend Leadpages. Very easy you don't need any coding whatsoever to actually build your 2 pages. You're only going to have 2 pages. One is for the lead magnet that you're going to send all your cold traffic to, and second is your sales page. And so Leadpages is very simple, $49 a month. I'm not affiliated with any of these tools. They're just the best ones for my client. And then for email marketing, highly recommend kit.com. That's going to be the tool for to send and receive emails. It's the same email that actually you got the notification from Meetup directly, but all your emailing is going to be from Kit. Super easy to set up. And then it's not on here, but for your courses and community, I highly recommend and this is going to be for a lot of people on here too. If you do courses or community, Circle is the number one app that you're going to use to host both courses and community. It's what I have for my AI community, where we have courses on the best AI tools, digital marketing, and so much more for entrepreneurs to get started and launch their business. And so it's probably the best platform versus I do not recommend School, which is also kind of shocking. School is not the best. It's like horrible for hosting a course, basically, especially when it comes to community. So that's going to be fundamentally the technology that's really going to run all your marketing and sales for your entire business. Just starting off. Then when we go into products and funnels, from here, the webinar is going to be great. And then at the very end of the webinar is where you're going to pitch your offer, for example. And this is going to be the offer to your community. For a lot of people, I highly recommend that over the next year, we're going to go into a very negative or bad recession, unfortunately. So we're seeing a shift in how business models are changing, where people that sell high ticket coaching programs are finding it much more difficult to close people in high ticket prices because people just don't have the disposable income. They're getting squeezed by recession and everything else in life. So there are two key components that are going to make you or anyone in the room, their business, stand out, where number one is a personal brand. So that's you showing up on social media and live streaming as well too, to basically provide as much info as you can to help your ideal customer. Second is going to be a course. Well, it's priority community first, courses second, because right now everyone wants to be a part of a community. They're tied up. Social media today fundamentally is like a silo for a lot of people, and so having a course and then having it as a affordable monthly program is definitely also opens you up to anyone in the world, because then from, like, for example, I'm live streaming on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok is a very global audience. So I have members in my community that are in Brazil, that are in the UK, that are in Canada, that are in Jamaica, for example. And so everyone, most of them discovered me through TikTok, and then from there they joined the community, which is hosted in Circle, which has, I would recommend starting off at a monthly and annual subscription options. Monthly would be $49 a month, which is super affordable to get people in. And then second is like an annual price. I did mine at $359, which was like 40% off. And so, if people book the annual plan, they got an extra 1 hour one-on-one with me. And so incentivize them to join the annual plan. Plus, part of the community is not just the course, but I offer and I recommend for people that are doing courses and community, twice a week office hour sessions. Jump on a call. You pretty much ask people what are their goals. I actually started this series with everyone because we had our Tuesday office hours inside my AI community. Ask for a win and then ask for a question. So what's a win? What's a positive thing that's happened since you joined the community that you're making progress both in your life or your business, for example? And then second is, what's a question that you're struggling with that I can help you right now with? Is it an AI tool recommendation? Is it a marketing strategy to get more leads and sales and so forth? And so I just kind of go around the room for about 1 to 2 hours, just kind of like make sure I answer everyone's questions, and we do this twice a week, which is nice. From that's probably going to be the best for the business model as well too. Now, when it comes to AI, where does AI come into play out of where all this is? Highly recommend ChatGPT Plus is the roughly only tool that you're going to be mostly using as you're building your business. And the best one that I could recommend is, the reason why you want to upgrade to the $20 per month plan is because you get to unlock custom GPTs, which are custom chatbots that you could preload with knowledge about something specific, such as your business or ideally your customers. So we have a course called Social Media Content where we teach entrepreneurs how to build a custom GPT, where inside of this GPT, it knows everything about your ideal customer. And there's about 4 main elements or questions. There's number one, who is your ideal client? What are their interests? What's their job titles? For example, for me, a lot of the people that come into the community are entrepreneurs, people looking for passive income, side hustles. They're coaches, they're consultants, they're small business owners, solopreneurs, and so forth. Second is biggest question: what keeps them up at night? What is the biggest struggle that they're facing that keeps them up at night? Because if it's not a priority in their life, they have no reason to buy. I had a client reach out and he was selling an AI tool for me. And I was like, it's nice, it's valuable, but it's not a big priority that keeps me up at night. That's something I'm willing to spend money versus a lot of the people in my community. They're like, I need to quit my 9 to 5 job and I need to make this side hustle work. So that's a huge priority that I'm willing to invest in whatever it takes to get there. Second, last two questions is what are their goals and what do they really want? For like people in the community, they're like, hey, I want to stay up to date with AI. I want to automate my business. I want to find the best tools so I could be not only productive, but also learn about digital marketing so that I can know how to actually market my business online and crack this code called social media content like TikTok. People are making money on TikTok. I want to know how. And then lastly is last two biggest problems, what do they need help with? And then that's pretty much just what are their struggles? What do they need help with today? So once you have this kind of custom GPT built out, it now knows everything about your ideal customer that you can ask it questions such as, and very brief, you can't do this in the regular like ChatGPT question. I'm going to use voice to text. What are 5 lead magnets for my ideal customer? And then also what are 3 programs that are courses / community that I can offer? I love Apple voice to text. I don't even have to type anymore. So here, now this ChatGPT knows everything about my business. I could even do it on, what's nice is on your phone, you could do the voice option. So you could click the button and you just talk with it, for example. And then from there, now you could just talk with this expert that knows everything about your business to start fine tuning. What should the webinar be? What should my first, I would focus on one course that takes no more than 2 hours to roughly create, for example, just to bring people in, because it's going to be the course and the community starting off. And then based on their feedback, then they'll tell you what should be the next content too. Last two things I want to touch on is video editing and also content. So with video editing is a very big pain. So the second best AI tool that I could recommend is called GLING. This to me has been the app of the year as far as an all-in-one video editing tool that it literally edits the whole video for you. It removes the the mistakes, the dead space. And so I actually have a video here, for example. We could do a quick demo. So you literally just upload a video and now it turns that video into basically like a podcast. And so you can see the transcript on the left-hand side. It's already done the timeline editing down below. And so if I click play, are you a business owner looking to take full advantage of it? Kind of crazy because it's like 2x speed like an audiobook. AI to grow your business or even to start selling AI and automation solutions to small businesses. Now you can notice that some sentences are highlighted and crossed out. You're literally like almost editing a script. You can highlight a sentence and click cut and it will remove that. It goes down to the timeline and automatically snips, which is super nice. And then when it comes to actually recording the screen, one free tool, finally one free one, I don't recommend a lot of free tools, is called OBS. OBS is going to allow you to record your screen and or with your camera on it, so that you can record, get the video, drop it into Gling, and now you have both for your short form content, regular content, and also for your course, very easy to edit. The last thing is content. What type of content should you be creating? And that's where I highly recommend on a 5th grade level, you want to go to TikTok and you want to type in what are the keywords that someone would type in to find you, for example. And then when you go through the videos, you want to look for videos that are doing at least more than 10,000 views. From there, you would open some of these people's page, and some people are a little more brands. We're going to see if we could get some people that are more small business ones. She looks good, nice. So Cool. He's a master coach. So when you find your, I highly recommend follow 20 of your competitors, because at the end the algorithm is going to feed you viral content that's relevant to your niche. Because for me, I never want to be original. I never want to try and guess what type of content should I create today, for example. And so once you find your competition, one, follow, and then two, on the right hand side, you can see a button here that says sort by popular. And when you click on the popular tab, it's going to sort by their most popular. And there's two things that we want to check out. I appreciate all you guys liking on TikTok. Thank you so much. And so here, since we've sorted it by popular, now we can see both two things we could analyze about their content. Number one is the topic, and number two is the style. And this will be different for every niche. The number one thing is the topic. What do they talk about? Here he's creating a post around manifestation techniques. This one, he's probably going to go through an exercise on probably how to manifest. Then this one, he's like, let's skip that one. This one, power move if someone is being passive aggressive. But all these views are 2 million, 2 million, 2 million. And so you would save these to like a Notion file or something like that. And then that's how basically you would create. And then the next thing is the style. You can notice he's sitting on the couch. He's laying in bed. He's just talking in his room. With TikTok, you have to create raw content that's very unprofessional. I would say unprofessional, but not polished in any way. Because the feel or vibe that you're trying to go for is like you're FaceTiming your best friend. It's never a one-to-many, but a one-to-one type of content. And then from there, basically all you're doing is creating a short form piece of content like your FaceTime a friend who struggles with what you have as far as the solution. And then when it comes to the hook, and this will be the last thing, thank you, Sasha, is that basically with the hook will stop the user from scrolling, which is very important. And the way to think about the hook is, hey, if you do that, it's secretly a mistake. Do this instead. If you want to lose 10 pounds, don't eat Krispy Kreme donuts. It's probably my favorite example. And so that's basically the framework of how you are going to create content that's niched down, very specific, that will help your ideal client. Everything with content is all about results. Can they watch this either live stream or short form content, and can they take an actionable advice from it or tip from it to actually improve their life in some way? That's if they get that effect. For example, like we roasted another business owner during these sessions, and one of the members was like, wow, I didn't even think about using that. This was amazing. Then they're bought into your programs. They're bought into, okay, if this is your free stuff that you're giving out, I got to see what your next stuff is behind the scene, or I got to book a one-on-one call for you for you to help me with my specific problem, for example. And last thing, the best tip that I could also share is definitely go live. The sales are in the live streams. All content traditionally is one way. You are just creating content for other people to consume. The live streams, technically, we are about 8 years behind China's business model, where for them, it's all influencer TikTok. They have their own version of TikTok there that they're creating short form content. And then all the sales are done in WeChat. People aren't even going to a website anymore. So and you'll study, especially, thank you, Kali, for the likes. You're also noticing that the great thing to study is hop on TikTok and watch people when they're doing live shopping. When they're like, oh, the sweater comes in medium too. They're looking at the comments. You're like, yep. It also comes in back. Looks like it's waterproof. It's stretchable. Look at the zipper quality. It's like awesome. You're like, yeah, we got medium. And then what they do is they go, hey, we're having a flash sale. We're like, for this live stream only, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be fully transparent. I'm going to do the same thing during this live. Is that you're having some specials, some promotions, some flash sale. If you order right now, it's 50% off, for example. And so these are and then you're noticing kind of on my screen right now, I have a slide up that says struggle to get leads and sales. That is what's called a visual hook. So the people on TikTok that are scrolling and then they're going, hey, what's going on in this room? They're going to see that sign right there and they'll be like, struggling with leads. Yeah, I'm actually struggling with leads. And then they'll sit in the back and just kind of listen in. What are you guys talking about over here? Roast your business? What are you roasting business? Oh, this is interesting. That the same thing with other content, just gets them to stop, gets them to attend, and then what I'm doing is basically almost like how comedians give one-on-one attention, because from there, that's how you nurture all the people from attention, for example. Kali's like, yep, it got me. People on TikTok are awesome. You guys are awesome on TikTok, my fam. And so that's where this is the art of live sales, short form content. And then we have our business model here, where basically this is how you're going to turn attention into leads and then systematically into sales. And this is your entire business model. And I will pause there for a water break. Nice. Thank you for participating as our first business roasting, Catherine.
Thank you. Well, you really have the stamina to be doing sales. And, I did live streams a lot, but it does definitely take a lot of energy. And I can tell that's something that you have.
It takes a lot, and you want to eventually get to a point where I live stream 2 to 3 times a day, depending on my schedule. Definitely 6 p.m. every single day. Takes a lot of energy to do it, but that's where the sales are. And I could see, for example, if I go to my email marketing tool, the impact that it has in leads. For example, because I went live the other day, yes, 6 p.m. Actually, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got 35 leads in a day. And so this strategy, because I'm always directing people, hey, if you go to the link in BIO, because I can't say the word on TikTok, if you go to the link in BIO, then that's where you can get either a free magnet, free lead training, and then I'll just drop it right now. For all the people on the call, if you go to my link in bio, I'm having a special where you can book for only the live call. You could book a 1-hour one-on-one with me for 50% off. It's only going to be available during the live call. So if you want me to audit your business and give you a step-by-step roadmap, then you could go to the link in the BIO and you can book, and it'll be there for the rest of the call. After that, I would take it away. So that, full transparency, is the flash sale. That's the call to action. That's the only thing that I'm going to mention during the live stream. Nice. Got a lot of people. Dennis says true value given. Kali says 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Kali's like, yep, it got me. Governator says, I realize that. 100%. Appreciate each and every one of you. Great example. Nice. So thank you for participating for our first live stream. And yeah, hang out more. And we're going to do this. We're going to see who else, if someone on Meetup or on Zoom wants to come off mute and wants to get their business roasted next. Oh yeah, Dennis has a good question. Why can't you say link in BIO? Because the algorithm's listening, and if you say the link in BIO or the actual word itself, the algorithm's always listening. If you say bad words, you'll get shut down. And then if you say other words, it doesn't promote the content as much as the other. So it's the little things that people are learning on. Suppressed and weird. No, trust us. I learned this from watching other live streamers, and I'm like, why aren't they saying that phrase? And they're like, oh, got it. For example, Catherine says, find me on TikTok, and then here we can go. So if anyone from Zoom wants to unmute themselves, we could roast your business next, or we can switch over and we can hang out. We could pull someone from TikTok next. Derek, you look ready.
Hey, Jonathan. I appreciate you putting this on. To be honest, I'm not sure that I have the best setup for this system, but I'll let you be the judge of that, I suppose. So I'm a real estate broker and developer.
Gotcha.
There are a couple of potential avatars and offers. With that in mind, there's the investor that wants to get involved in my developments.
Mm-hmm.
There's the normal client who just wants to buy or sell a property, and then there's the agent that wants a better brokerage to hang their license with.
Nice.
So I know they're almost completely separate businesses when trying to target online, but since nobody else volunteered, figured I'd let you
100%. So the next thing would be, of the three, which one is the most profitable and also easiest client to work with that you enjoy the most?
Hmm. I would say over time, most profitable is just traditional buy and sell, but it's also what I'm trying to work my way out of. If I were to um, only do one for the rest of my life, it'd probably be the developments. So I would be wanting to target the actual investors.
Perfect. We actually have another real estate agent, Robert, who's right below you. He's in the AI community. So, yes, when it comes, it's a good lesson for everyone that you want to be very hyper specific about who the ideal customer is that you're trying to serve, for example. And so from there, oh, that's actually a good hack. Thank you, Kali. Instead of saying link in bio, click on my picture twice and go to this page. I'll show it. That's actually such a great hack. Thank you, Callie. We're all learning together. We're all learning how to hack the algorithm. Um, and so you want to be very specific, especially if you're going to target the real estate investors, for example. Those everything from your content to your lead magnet to your service that you're going to deliver, all that has to speak investor talk. Because if you have a funnel or even your page, and if you start talking about another topic, such as stuff that's related to the agent, then you're going to lose the investors. And so that's why you want to be very hyper specific around creating that type of content for the ideal client, and then moving them into your funnel. Let's see if we can find some real estate investors' TikTok profiles. Because the next step, and this works across any business, is I want to find what success looks like. I don't want to try and guess from scratch. So I'm going to go to TikTok, and correct me if I'm wrong. If someone types on a fifth grade level to find you for real estate investing, would they just type real estate investing?
I would think so.
Perfect. And there may be other keywords or something like that, but that's now next. And this is called funnel hacking. So the process is the same regardless of whatever business that we're looking at. So next I want to open some people that have, oh, that's a good one there. I know I'm trying to avoid the ones that are like bigger companies per se. So it's like, I know, I want more of the small guys as well. I know Braden. Okay, that should give us enough right there. So let's see. Money expert. Nope, she's not what we want. Get your first deal in 90 days. Faster Sam. Sam, do you do investing? How to buy your first or next deal in 90 days. That sounds investing, right? Nice.
It does. It sounds like if he's looking for people who want to buy their own first deal, he's likely getting them for just the transaction,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't the worst setup.
Nice. We could take him as an example. Let's see if we could find how small business owners get 0% interest funding. No, that's real estate investor. Ooh, nice. Oh, I like him. Okay. And tips. We have two examples. Oh, but he's doing other stuff. He's doing affiliates, and I don't recommend affiliates. And also this kind of like Linktree example. He's just a good example of what not to do for your website. You want to direct. Actually, I think the other guy was the best, but let's make sure him. I think we came across him, and he also does. Oh, he does the Stan Store too. Join. What's your workshop? Oh, it's gonna take you to there. Horrible funnel. Do you have more than 50K to invest? Nice. Thank you, Robert. Let's take a look at him. Shout out to Robert. He's a real estate.
It seems like he didn't like the way that he had that form set up.
Yeah, and the reason why is because let's look. First, shout out to Robert. He's also in real estate and inside the AI community. So thank you so much. So he's a good example. And we have two. So we have him and Sam. So let's take Sam first, and then we'll look at David. Sam's perfect because the only link in bio takes you straight to a webinar. This is perfect. This is exactly because you never want to send your cold traffic from the link in bio to a a website or anything other than a website. Or it's like you just want one landing page, and this is the same funnel setup where you're sending all of your traffic. The first thing that you need to do is capture their email so that you can stay in touch with them. You could nurture them and you could follow up with them to invite them. What I call, you're inviting them to a weekly party. Every week, I'm going to have a party, and it's either going to be a Saturday webinar, masterclass, free training, or I go live every day at 6 p.m. That's your funnel to bring people in, because you need to funnel them either to a live, a webinar, or a masterclass or free training to nurture them, to show to, again, the main thing is to deliver more value, to help them get as much close as they can to their goals without them having to pay anything, essentially, because you're trying to deliver. That's the real thing when it comes to content. So this is a great example, and he's doing his webinar every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And here it's like, just like the other one when we looked at the executive coach, here's your hero statement, or here's your big promise, how to buy your first home or the next in 90 days. And then there's only one button on this page. We have the things, what are you going to learn? Now, this may not be specific to like your type of audience for the investors that you're looking for, but the framework is basically what you want to copy, for example. And so you'll have a webinar, and then this training, then he's probably going to pitch, you could pitch either a course, you could pitch access to a community, for example. Robert's like, love this. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Great example. Wonderful. And so here, again, it's more of the framework, the structure of it that you're going to copy. And for you, for people that have a longer sales process, you're going to be funneling everyone into a tool called Go High Level, fundamentally. Go High Level is going to be both your website, your CRM, your email and text marketing, plus your calendar booking all in one. It's going to allow you to track and keep organized all your deals so that you can follow up with your leads, pretty much remind them to go into your free party, for example. And so this is, as we said, always highly recommend. A lot of people also, it's not going to be a PDF guide or anything. It's just going to be a webinar. And then the email marketing tool is going to remind them roughly every 3 days to invite them back to either once a week free training or a live stream. Because what happens is they just haven't, there's what's called the Google 7-Eleven rule, Google. Nice. So Google did a study and said, hey, turns out before people actually purchase from you on any level, they need to consume on average 7 hours of content across, let's call it 11 different days, roughly. For my sales cycle is roughly 10 days and three to four lives before they either book one-on-one coaching for me, or they just go right into the AI community, for example. And it's usually the people that, like what I'm doing with you, that I give attention to, that they're like, oh my God, this was great, or I learned a lot, and then they'll move into the funnel. So then you have your second page, which is your sales page. Sales page could be for booking a discovery call, for buying a course, or signing up for, those are the main things. Either course or free consultation is like the main ones, for example. For the consultation calls, you want to give them something free, for example. And so Robert's like 40 minutes and one live for me. And that's the goal, is you're basically, with your content and your lives, you're basically just showing up consistently. You're showcasing that you are the authority figure in this specific niche. And then you're demonstrating your expertise. And that basically, if you can help your ideal client get a quick win or some result without them having to pay, that or oh my God, that was amazing. It's like a magic trick. They're like, that was what you did. That was dope. I've been struggling with this problem for like months, like struggling to get leads and sales, and you just figured it out in 10 minutes. Dude, this is awesome. Then they're bought into your value ladder, where they'll start going into your lead magnet, low, mid, or high ticket offers. A lot of people and businesses make the mistake of having just one core offer, and then it's usually something high ticket, for example. You do need something free, low and mid ticket to build trust over time. I'm going to go into a great example at the very end of this from an A plus marketing funnel so that we can see what does success look like, for example. This is how you build trust and deliver value over time. That because what you want to do is you want to show up consistently in the market. Let's take a look at David next, because you just never know when they're ready to buy, especially in real estate, for example. They may be ready to buy in the next 3, 6, or 12 months, for example. And so that's where you want to always show up consistently so that you stay top of mind for when that time is ready. They know of you because there's going to be an event in their life that triggers where they're like, either I just got some cash or I just got equity out of my home and I want to reinvest it into another property, or something like that. So let's take a look at David's as another example. So again, follow 20 of your competitors on TikTok. They're going to feed you what type of content that you should be creating. And then you go to sort on the popular tab on the right hand side. And now we can see again 2 things. One, we can see topics that they're going to talk about. And second, we can see style. And you're noticing here the style is all him talking to the camera. I mean, he's literally just anywhere, just talking to the camera, raw, not wearing a suit. And so it's almost like you're FaceTiming your best friend, trying to let them in on the secrets, for example. And then here we're saying, where's some topics here? Why you need to get our course, rent out your pool with strangers, what are partnerships, are you a real estate investor? When I started, I got so many deals when the hood, da 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 da. He's literally calling out people, hey. And then if we look on it, this is perfect. Thank you, Robert. When you look at his content, you're going to try and recreate this. Post minimally once a day, minimally. You really want to unlock both the 1,000 subscribers, not only for the lives, because the sales are in the live streams, but also for the link in bio, because the link in bio would take them straight to your lead magnet, for example. The other thing that we can see here is all the hashtags that he's putting up. Real estate investing, real estate investor. So you're going to use these hashtags to both find other competitors as well too, to then find viral content that they're creating, to then create that same type of content to attract. Because the thing with TikTok's algorithm, that this is a very small window, is that the TikTok algorithm will natively go find your ideal client as long as your content is very hyper specific and solves one specific problem for one specific person. Then the algorithm goes, oh, this is for real estate investors. I'm going to go find all these other real estate investors to show this video to. And it doesn't care about follower count or the past history or performance of any of your other videos, which is super nice. Whereas Facebook and Instagram, it's always been a pay to play, pay to run my ads to get it in front of the right people, for example. So that would be the couple things. So now you have a webinar example that you could create. You have some influencers that you could copy. And the next thing over the next couple weeks is now to start creating daily content around that hyper niche, to pick a time, ideally maybe 3 days a week, or you could be crazy like me and do it every single day, to host your live streams, because the sales will be in the live streams. You're showing up, you're answering questions, you're helping the audience get a quick win or result. And then from there, you're pitching one specific offer. It could be book a one-on-one call with me. It could be book a free, all sorts of different, and that's where ChatGPT is going to help you specifically with what type of business that you're looking for, or what type of lead magnet would be perfect for your ideal client, for example. And I'll pause there.
Very helpful. Thank you. I got a couple of quick questions.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. I feel like this guy is using Submagic because it has the little images in there. I started using Opus Clip, which doesn't throw any kind of images or transitions. It just kind of does the subtitles. Do you think that's sufficient, or do you think I should switch back to Submagic?
Excellent question. How do you actually create short form content and then add captions as well too? Funny enough, I have a social media marketing course that shows how I create content. Everything I do, I create it in the TikTok app itself. The nice thing about the TikTok app is when you hit record, you can hold the button, and if you let go, it stops recording. If you don't like that cut, you could press that delete button and retake. It takes me, not gonna lie, it takes me 3 or 4 times to try and nail each little sentence that I'm doing, for example. Then natively in the app, what you do is then you can add the captions, which does it really great. And then when you upload, before you upload, where you're adding the description and the hashtags per se, there's an advanced tab right there that says, hey, toggle this little button that says also download it to your phone as well too. So once it's uploaded, done, that's done for TikTok. And the only other place that you're going to be uploading it from there is going to be on YouTube for YouTube Shorts. Fundamentally, those are the only platforms to both post your content and to get traffic. I wouldn't waste time with Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn or X. I would also recommend, highly recommend, because, oh yeah, by the way, everyone calls me Dr. AI, so that's why it's like, this is a prescription. I highly recommend that you sign up for Meetup. Meetup.com actually has a ton of both real estate workshops, professionals, and then there's also Eventbrite as well too. Eventbrite's like maybe a fourth of the traffic that Meetup has, for example, but still has another audience, another traffic source. And so I would create in a group, so Meetup for $30 a month. I think it's like 6 months or 3 months they have their plan. You can't do it monthly. You have to do it in this like quarterly kind of thing, which is annoying. And so from there, that's where you're basically going to create a group for, if I type real estate investing and I go to groups, oh yeah, we're going to see a ton. So here's one group that's in Houston, Texas, real estate investing, 2,000 members. And then you can see now he does different topics, usually probably 1031 exchange, quarterly financial, They're going to give you ideas of what type of events to actually host, for example. And this is just going to run on autopilot that I recommend at least once a week and I call this the free party. You're inviting everyone to a free party. You're like, hey, by the way, every Saturday, 10 a.m., I have a free workshop that goes deeper into real estate investing. I love to invite you. That's the best way to. And then usually when you have it around every week, usually between 2 to 3 events, it takes for them to attend, that if the timing is right, they'll be into your world. They'll hire you for your services, for example. I'll pause there.
I actually have a meetup with 253 members, and we do a monthly happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I do realize that at those, it's pretty hard to close any deals. So I think I need to start working in the online type of meets.
It's not so much. So if it's just a meetup, a come and hang out, it's pretty much just a hangout versus a seminar. That's essentially what you're trying to do. Is you need to host a seminar, like exactly what I'm doing. I'm controlling the room. I'm navigating through a teaching lesson, basically, and that's where basically, versus people just hanging out and you're trying to close a deal, you need all the attention on you. You need to also demonstrate your expertise, and then you could also, what I recommend, go around the room and do crowd work, where basically you're going to ask each investor, what are your goals, what are your challenges with, and then from there you're just going to free flow and help them without pitching. That's going to show that you are the authority figure for when it comes to investing, and by hosting the event every single week, that's how they're going to come to you for those deals. And you're going to talk also about testimonials. How have people that have worked with you transformed their life? And I'm just going to do a quick plug also here, for example. You need to start collecting testimonials. So I'm going to do one real quick from Tom.
So yeah, I was on the fence of joining Simple Tech Skills Circle community. I followed Jonathan for probably a month, and then finally jumped in onto the yearly membership. Our one-on-one call actually went probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, but a lot of great content. Got the notes from it, got an action plan. Got stuff to get my business off the ground and move more into consulting. and put pricing and structure around it, and tools using AI to automate some of the stuff that are pain points of mine.
Nice. Thank you, Tom. We just had our session today. So that's Dalton's like, I'm so tired of putting in that work. Yeah, it's the if you the reason why the content game is so difficult is if it was easy, everyone could be able to crack the algorithm code. But when you understand how to create short form content, when you have the discipline of going live consistently every single week, on the other side of that is unlimited leads that you don't have to pay for, which is like because Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or any other ad campaign is becoming more expensive over time. So that's the game. That's the hustle. We only have probably, I would say, till October until this game, this live stream game changes. Different platform, different algorithm, different funnel, different strategy, for example. Hope that helps.
Yeah, that helps. I appreciate the time.
Nice, thank you. We have some questions in TikTok. With Dennis recommends, recording all your short form content in the TikTok app is the easiest, especially for editing as well too. And then, free traffic once you crack the TikTok algorithm. Enchanted Woman says, how do you create a client onboarding system? Good question. So client onboarding, which I highly recommend, there's really two tools that you're going to use both for your marketing and for your operations. For your marketing, I highly recommend it's either going to be one of these two tools depending on your business model. If you sell services, Go High Level is going to be everything you need for your marketing and sales, CRM tracking, and so forth. But if you sell digital products, it's never going to be a cost difference that's going to be the difference between choosing one or the other. They're roughly going to cost exactly the same. So to answer your question about a client onboarding system, that's going to be done in ClickUp, especially for a lot of business owners that either you're tracking deals. For example, real estate is a great example. Let me actually show inside of a ClickUp, especially when people want to start automating their business. That's ClickUp and Make.com. Hold on, I'm just bringing it up on another screen so I can show you guys. ClickUp and Make.com are how are gonna be the tools that's gonna give you the foundation to then start automating your back end business. And basically what that is going to do is that's going to increase the velocity of deals or increase the amount of customers that you can work with or process through. So highly recommend. This is a demo account of ClickUp. It functions basically if Slack, Notion, and Google Sheets all had a baby, this would be ClickUp. And ClickUp cost is roughly Make Money Online. It's like, thank you for sharing. No, thank you for watching. And so ClickUp's roughly $9 a month on the annual plan, $12 a month monthly. And so this is an example of a sales pipeline for deals for a real estate agent that they can see. If I scroll down, they can see all the details about the business that's stored in here, so both them and their team can start working on deals where nothing is what's called data siloed. We're stuck in someone's head, for example. You have everything from phone numbers to links. So if I click on this link, it'll take me directly to that Zillow page, for example. All the details about the property with everything from, say, for example, was the tour completed? I don't know if that's what that says. Payment. Yeah, so has the payment is pending, process been received, so that you can visually see if we have green all the way across, I could visually see that this deal's ready to go versus, we have a blocker for contract, or like, it's sent, but we're still waiting on the contract. So you can easily manage your deals. It also can do formulas so we can see what's the commission rate on a property. And then the really cool thing is that it has dates so that you can sync it with your Google Calendar. I don't have any dates on here, but let's just create one, for example. So you can track deals and see everything, both what should I be doing, special events for this week, and then everyone that loves the visual Kanban board. This, you can see all your deals visually, and then you can surface any details about that are inside, we'll call it a ticket. So you could quickly visualize and then move deals around qualified. Now we got the agreement. This is specifically for your back-end operations. How it's not, you're not going to use it much as a CRM unless you're doing digital products, but this is for your back-end operations so that you can fulfill on client onboarding, for client delivery, for delivering of the service. This also has the ability to do a map feature, so you can see pins of certain addresses around that may be color coded for certain events. And then what I love the most is that you can do it has built-in forms so that you could create these custom forms so that either you're doing, say, an open house, people could fill out the form there without having to publish it on a website, for example. And then it automatically comes into the CRM. And then it has very powerful automation features where you can do logic such as when the status changes to the next status or stage, you can trigger email automations. You could both send and receive email notifications. From here you can have internal team members where you can at symbol you can tag someone and say, Jonathan, get on this deal, stop slacking. And then you could also send emails to the client back and forth, and it's all tracked in ClickUp. ClickUp's really underrated for and then if you want to get super advanced, ClickUp will connect with make.com so that, actually, let's see if I can log in real quick, so that you can now build very advanced automations and now start adding your AI employees in your business to automate a lot of what your work is, for example. So this was a project back in the day that I built that I have all the content, for example, that was stored in make.com, and then I used it to automatically publish content. People kind of get impressed with the tree, which is always interesting. And so all the data was in ClickUp, and then I could it automatically pulls data out and publishes on social media. It could do automations and trigger flows, all of that, for example. Enchanted Women has a great question that says, what do you think about active campaign versus go high level? Again, it's going to depend on what your business model is. So if you're doing service-based, like this one on the right-hand side, Go High Level has built-in email and text automation. Just know that it's kind of notorious for the first 90 days. Most of the emails are going to go to spam until people start replying to your emails, and then your domain kind of gets better approved. If you're a marketing agency, yes, for a marketing agency, you're going to use Go High Level. If you're a marketing agency, Go High Level is the standard, because you're going to actually use Go High Level not only for your business, but also to onboard all of your clients and do basically build out their funnel. I'll give you guys an example. Gramercy Driving was so kind enough that 2 weeks ago, he volunteered to have his business roasted. So we roasted his business, found out that he was getting a lot of traffic from his TikTok. Let's see, Gramercy Driving TikTok. Traffic wasn't his problem. He got leads and traffic because he was posting consistently, for example. So if you're if you're selling digital products, you actually don't need Go High Level. But if you're selling services or you're doing a marketing agency, 100% you're going to be in Go High Level. So for example, he was running his entire business off just Square, Gmail, and Google Calendar, his whole business. And so he needed a system to manage everything. So in about 3 hours, I built him a entire funnel where basically we set him up with the Go High Level account. He can now accept messages, Wall of Love, testimonial. They can buy packages both on the website, and then they can even sign up and book certain for a lesson right on here and actually pay. So now he's running his entire business through Go High Level. The impact of that, he was getting roughly 3 leads a week because he had a broken funnel, outdated website. I highly recommend a lot of people do not use WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, Systems.io, Webflow, or any AI website builder tool. That's actually the worst idea that will actually prevent your business from turning attention or visitors into leads. There are only only two as the gold standard that I recommend. This is Go High Level. The other one is Lead Pages. If you're doing a digital product, digital service, Lead Pages is the best. And so now he went from getting 3 leads a week to now 14 leads a week. So he 3x'd his business just by choosing the right tools. And that's where it's so important that you build out this system for your business if you're struggling to get leads or sales. These are the tools and frameworks that I recommend. Not sponsored by any of them, but yeah. So nice. Let's open it up for Q&A, and then I'm going to take a break. So if you have any questions about marketing or anything like that, feel free to unmute yourself. Hey, Tom.
Hey, just a quick question. Building out Lead Pages, which tier do you recommend starting out with?
Yes. So Lead Pages, all you need is their low tier, which is the $49 a month. I recommend start with the monthly. Well, for you, you're going to be all in for digital products, so you could just get the annual plan and get it at $37. What it's going to give you is 1 domain, which is all you need, and 5 landing pages. You don't really need the landing pages per se, because you can build everything in the domain, which is your webinar funnel and then your sales page, basically. These would be like maybe a thank you page if you want to. The great thing also is you're not going to accept payment from Lead Pages. You're going to build everything into a Circle community, especially, hey, Erica, good to see you, Erica. I appreciate you. And so Circle is where you're going to, the great thing about Circle is that, let's take mine, for example. So if you go to simpletechskills.com and you sign up for the AI community, we have courses on everything that I've been mentioning, for example, from marketing to AI. When you click on the Buy Now button, it's going to actually take you directly to a checkout page that's built in Circle. And Circle is very great because it has a very easy way to do all sorts of both coupons, discounts, trials, different payments, and then you can have a group of, let's say, 2 different courses, one for your beginners, one for your advanced, and then you can charge for 2 different memberships to get 2 different access, for example. Erica asks, great to see you, Erica. I really appreciate you. Erica says, can you have more than 1 course in Circle? Excellent. So the benefits of using Circle versus any other platform. So right now I'm logged into the AI community where basically we have courses on AI, digital marketing, and everything that I've been talking about. So here, first off is a folder. Folders is like courses. So if I toggle that, you could kind of see everything that kind of toggles in and out. And in it, you could have 2 different types fundamentally. You can have a course. For example, we have our make.com automation course with lessons that they can see all the lessons here. And then the great thing about Circle is that it also has unlimited video hosting. So you could just drag and drop all your videos into Circle and you'll never be charged for storage. Unlike School, you have to get a whole separate storage, for example. Business Specialist says, just booked a consult with you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I look forward to our one-on-one. Just for a lot of people real quickly, just as the special, since I'm going live, I have my one-on-one consulting. You could go to the link in bio or double click my profile pic. I love that, Kali. That's actually such a great tip. And then you could book at 50% off. So only now can you do that. Once I finish the live, I will take that down. So don't miss that. And then back with Circles, so, and with Erica's question, you can set up in a folder, you could have a payment wall or payment gate, give access to a group of courses or even just one course specifically, for example. And so you can create, there's an unlimited amount of courses that you could create with it. And there's also discussion forums. So here is a discussion forum where all the members can ask questions, post. We even have a job board, for example, if you're looking for people to help you with growing your business. So this is and the great thing also, why I chose Circle versus the other ones, is that Erica says, business specialist. You're gonna enjoy the one-on-one. I just did mine yesterday, and it was awesome. I appreciate you, Erica. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm here essentially to help you guys with consulting and with everything that I'm doing right now. I could do deep dive into your business. So here are all questions that members are posting. It has a great mobile app because then it's cross native across Android, mobile, or even computer. The video stream and host. And so if I could say anything for the next year, because we're going into a recession per se, the people that and high ticket products are going to be a little harder to sell. For example, Santi has a great question. I'll definitely answer that. You definitely the people that are going to make more money and survive are the ones that are going to charge low ticket, such as a community, and then also have a personal brand, which answers Shanti's question, where she asks, do we need to show our faces online? And that is 100% correct. I highly recommend, because when it comes to any of, like, we've seen a lot of the examples of people both that we've been looking at for examples here, you definitely need to faceless accounts can only have the ability to sell one product fundamentally, versus if you have a personal brand and you're showing your face. Over the next year, we're going to see a lot more fake content. AI influencers are really going to take over, as far as they're going to actually make more money than regular influencers. However, the people that have their personal brand, their face on camera, where they're giving a ton of value for free, for example, they're the ones that are going to stand out and be able to attract more audience. Well, it's not just attract more audience, but it's like to gain the trust of your audience, because people buy from people. And then you're really I can't stress this enough, because this is such an important tip. You need to go live. The sales are in the live streams. Like that is the next business model, or the economy, because we're technically going to copy where China is, where China's economy is nothing but influencers on these social media apps that are live streaming for long periods of time, but also pitching. And what I highly recommend too, pitching your own product or service on the back end. I don't recommend affiliates or selling other people's products. I don't care if you have a hobby and you like bike riding, you like doing makeup, you like running or jogging. Like, I highly recommend, if you can, this is going to be very lucrative, is adding some type of e-commerce product to your we'll call it revenue streams, in addition to if you're doing consulting or if you're selling products. E-commerce and selling online is going to be huge, for example. So can't stress that enough, because this is a very small window in time where we can take advantage of the algorithm, that it's going to bring your audience to you automatically, natively, so that you don't have to do much. For example, you'll see me from time to time show up this slide. So these are hook slides specifically for live streams. It's because there's people that are just scrolling by, and this gets them to stop and hang out and be like, what's going on in here? So if you're an entrepreneur in TikTok, just go ahead and put a number 1 in the chat if you can, please. This is going to wake up the algorithm, and it's also going to do another thing. The algorithm is going to say, wow, there's a lot of people that are engaging with the app. Dennis says 1, Digital K says 1, Business Specialist puts 1, Dr. T puts 1. Appreciate each and every one of you. V puts 1. Dr. J puts 1. Now the algorithm, what it's going to do is says, wow, there's a lot of people engaging with this live, and the algorithm only cares about just keeping people on the platform fundamentally. That's all. So it says, great, people are staying on the platform. They're engaging with the host. I'm going to see what's the common denominator between all these people that are engaging, and I'm going to go find more people to bring and share with this influencer. Now, the next thing is your content. You do have to go live consistently, and you also have to post content consistently. Do it for 100 days. You don't have to do every day, but stick to a schedule and just post consistently, so the algorithm can say, wow, I could actually rely on you for feeding me content, so that it actually attracts this one ideal clients, so then I could keep them on the platform. So it's like a win-win for everyone. So beautiful. Wonderful. We're jamming today. We're cooking. Last couple questions, and then we'll take a break. Shanti says, I think it was hard for me because I don't know what to post about or showcase. Oh, let's answer that real quick. So, when it comes to content, I never want to be original or try and guess, for example. So, this is where step one, on a third grade level, what are people going to type into TikTok search to find your? I'm just going to put AI tools for my niche, for example. And then second, you're going to find who's creating videos that are more than 10,000 views. I know this guy is. So I'm going to click on him. I'm going to follow my top 20. I'm going to follow 20 of my competitors. Competitors are a good thing for business. Second, last, I'm going to click on popular. And now I'm going to notice two things about his content. Number one is, what's the style? Is it shot in his bedroom? Is he in the car? Is he talking to the camera? Is he showing something? Second is the topic. What is he talking about? And this is what I highly recommend. If you can, there's two ways to create a content list. You can go, I recommend an app called TickTick. It's just a task and project management app that allows you to create a list. It's like $4 a month. This is also low-key going to help you manage your time or stay organized with all your projects and tasks, both in your personal life and regular life and business, for example. So that's what I recommend. It's like, it's how I'm so semi-productive, I guess. And so also you can use Notion. Notion, you could create a database, a list of content ideas, for example. Both will do the same thing. Doesn't matter. Some people like Notion. Some people I've yet to adopt TickTick. Really doesn't matter. Just a tool that you can share a list. And I'll show you my list. And so you're going to, whenever you're bored, you're scrolling, you're following your 20 competitors, the algorithm is going to send you content that's related to your ideal customer. And if there's any that you see as novel, the novel ones are important because basically it's a topic that just, like, for example, when DeepSeek came out or when Manus came out, those are trends. Those will get an obscene amount of views for the first 5 to 7 days that you could capitalize on to get a huge rush of new followers if you're early to a trend. Or there's what I would call general FAQ questions. The general FAQ questions that are related to your niche, for example, are also going to do really well. And I recommend just clicking on them. I can't do this on desktop, but on the right-hand side, you'll see the share button. Just share it to TickTick, and I'll show you my TickTick database. Plus, it's great for time blocking, which is super dope. So I have a list here for content. So this is just a list, and I don't even label them, for example. So there's probably 275 videos here. There's more content here than I could probably create if I even tried. And then when it comes time to creating content, most importantly is time blocking. Time block the same time either every day or once a week that you're going to dedicate to do nothing but post content. And so you're going to click on a video. It's going to open it up. Let me close some tabs. Tabs. Cool. And so here I'm going to be like, oh, what is she talking about? Oh, this was the evolution. This is actually kind of freaky because that was 2 years ago, AI. And then this is AI today. Remember like Will Smith and the spaghetti, or even the early AI couldn't draw fingers. Like, 2025 is going to be the age of AI influencers. Like, they are coming for your job, or the people that are influencers. And so this is, so I'll create a video, I'll create a hook, I'll create a topic, I'll probably share this, and I'll have a call to action to say, go to, usually I'll just funnel them to say, go to the link in bio. I can't say the BIO word, sorry. And then from here, I'll just say, hey, there's a free gift, or I go live, for example, something like that. Sasha says, what's the criteria TikTok requires before you're allowed to go live? I've seen people go live with less than 1,000 followers, so it's kind of like a weird, like, could be. But I know if you want to have a link in your bio, you do have to have 1,000 subscribers from there. So that's where it's like, just post content, keep it consistent. Yeah, Shanti says I go live with 50 followers. Yeah, I think it's the age of the account as well too. That's just interesting. Dennis says I could go live and have less than 500 followers. Shay shares and says she thinks it's 200. Thank you so much. Like, that's, yeah. So it's, but at least 1,000 I think is for the link in bio, which is helpful. Pro tip also. Streamlabs right now, I would be doing it, but I'm kind of on still timeout for the next 30 days. Um, so Streamlabs is what you're going to use to stream with your computer, for example. Sasha says, and I agree with. Thank you, everyone, for this is like a mastermind. It's like a business masterclass where we all get to help each other. So Streamlabs allows you to create stream from. I have the app kind of like right here, for example. Um, Technically I would be streaming to both TikTok and YouTube right now for completely free, but this is how you can share your screen and your camera at the same time, because you'll see some influencers, because I've got a really nice camera right up there that I'll usually be live streaming with. Right now for 30 days I got to go old school. So but that's it. That